And now it is time for the big dog.
Let's go.
Let him off the leash, baby.
Wednesday. It's kind of like my Monday.
This is your Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So you just go what? Wednesday through Sunday now?
Yeah, Wednesday through Sunday now. So those are the days. The people are getting pretty used to it. So we should see the audience starting to fill up here.
Yeah. All right. Easy now, dog. They know. Someone's got their notifications. Oh, 9:30, dog must be on. I gotta start hopping on.
It's back to business.
Back to normalcy, man. Woodrow Wilson, return to normalcy.
Yeah.
Did you take social studies?
Yeah, dude. Social studies.
There you go. History
Political
class.
Science major. Was in a lot of those history.
No big deal.
Don't remember any of it.
So we got a lot going on today. One, shout out to Ben over here, our VC in the new baseball studio. Absolutely love how the baseball studio looks. For those who have not seen it, at 11, we're going to go back to it. Oh, man. Chani, you got the phone number? Bad job by me. So one of the new features, I'm finding the phone number here. One of the new features here of our new studio, Kreger, we want Tonka.
Where is he, bro? Imagine if he just like busted in like the Kool-Aid man.
Watch out. Let me see here. I know it's 813-725. Is that the number we have? I lost it right now.
Chandi has it.
Chandi has it. Someone help me out.
Chandi's got it. Where are you, Chandi?
But in my opinion, the coolest part of the new studio is that we got a little bullpen phone in the back.
A bullpen phone.
And if you call that number, the phone should light up, and we will be able to play your voicemail in the near future here. So that is a really awesome feature. And of course, call in. We can play it on this show if you guys really want, if you have something to add to the show. But yeah, not only do we have a new baseball channel that you will be ripping in today, should be very exciting.
I know. I haven't even looked at it, been in it. So my first steps will be come 11 when we fill this. When we bring in the closer.
Yes, sir.
19 spots left in that. We're ripping that early this morning today.
Of course, we do have slab or no slab taking place today. We have our first one. What's up, Alan? Happy hump day to you, sir. Our first slab or no slab giveaway will take place at 10 a.m., assuming we can get this trivia question right today. It is a baseball-themed trivia question about active players. A little hint right there for you. And then we'll run another one at 10:45 a.m. Eastern Time. No strings attached on that one there. It is also a release day, Big Dog. I don't know if you were aware of this here in the baseball studio all the time.
I am. I'm aware of what's going down. I'm actually kind of excited to watch some of it, too.
It is Topps Chrome release day. And no, not Topps Chrome Update 3, not Topps Chrome Series 11, It's Topps Chrome Football.
Yeah.
Release day today. First time since I want to say 2015. Let me double check.
It's been a while. And the cool thing is it obviously it replicates what baseball's top chrome. So you have like the same inserts and different things like that. So
Craig confirms. He says 2015 Chrome with Jameis Winston.
That's crazy.
On the cover last time they had Topps Chrome Football. And listen, I will do. There's not much to break down, to be honest with you. I was looking at the checklist. It's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
If you copy and paste Topps Chrome Baseball
and put football players in it. And you know who you're looking for. You're looking for obviously Jaden Daniels, Drake Mays, Caleb Williams.
Yep.
Who maybe I don't know who else that people are looking for. Bucky Irving maybe. Yeah. I think that might be a good little sleeper. Being down here in Tampa.
We get it. I'll just address the elephant in the room. Right on. We get it. Right. It's Topps football, which at the moment may not be what everyone is looking for. But I think this year that changes big time with how Fanatics was able to lock up the exclusive signings.
For sure.
I mean, the number one name in the entire hobby, potentially in all sports right now. You can make the cases between Jaden Daniels and Paul Skeens.
I think it's Jaden Daniels right now.
And I think it's Jaden Daniels right now, right?
And he signs in that.
Yeah.
He's signing.
This is your first real opportunity to have Jaden Daniels autographed cards, and it starts today. We will be ripping that. Yeah, what's going on, Connie? Saying the quiet part out loud. I mean, you gotta own it because I think it's the reality we're in. There's foolish to dance around, beat around the bush, because I think the fact that Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, and Drake May are all signing makes this such an exciting release day when in previous years, there's a reason they brought it back this year, and I think it's because of these quarterbacks.
From ripping a ton of Topps Chrome, this sounds interesting. This is something that I hope more people are getting in on. I'm kind of curious to get in on it. You know what I mean?
J-Wall says, don't forget Wemby. He had his own product, and this is true, J-Wall. This is true. My personal stance on it is when one guy has his own product, I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just being completely honest with you, J-Wall. It's it just, I don't know. It doesn't rub me the right way. I like having Alex right too. Wemby had his own entire year. I like having like a normal product chase, and now it's three guys, three huge chasers. Obviously, Jaden Daniels is Jay Wall. But I think Topps Chrome, it's going to be very exciting today.
Definitely.
I'm looking forward to pulling some Jaden Daniels autos today. There is a Jaden Daniels Caleb Williams dual auto.
Nice.
By the way, for the Bears and those Commander
that's
spots.
A spicy.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Random.
So this, I'm excited to see what, I was going to say I'm excited to see what they look like. I know what they look like. We've ripped a ton of Topps Chrome already. Very clean.
It's going to be cool to see the football players on.
Exactly. Now, Big Dawg, the question for you, I know you're a big baseball guy, but I don't know. I feel like when I talk to you, you are actually like more of a football fan deep down. Will we see Big Dawg on the football cards at any point?
I don't know. It's not in the plans right now.
Not in the plans right now?
Not in the plans right now, so we'll see.
Trying to practice some gotcha journalism here, just throwing you right in.
Not revealing too much information.
No, all right.
We'll keep the people
updated.
We'll keep the people updated here if that does change.
Cloud Jedi says, we need a pink fingernail match, Caleb Williams. Cloud Jedi, It's towing the line between downright disgusting and awesome. Like, I'm just actually imagining the game-used fingernail relic. Like, what the hell do you even call that? Would you buy it? Or would you be happy to pull it?
No. No. It depends. No, probably not.
Does it make me a freak if I say I would?
No. Is it a 101?
101.
Okay, it's kind of cool. That,
but
there's not like multiple.
You know what? No. It's a set of 10. Each fingernail.
No, I don't know.
No, too far?
That's interesting. Yeah, that's too far. Yeah.
Too far.
101 is cool.
Cloud Jedi says no. He says no, just a color match.
I don't want to share that with 9 other people. Like.
That's true. Share all those Caleb Williams fingernails. But nonetheless, my goodness, Cloud Jedi, you got me off the rails early on a hump day. That's what we got in the store, guys. Take a look. We have a bring in the closer break already in the store. This is not just a ho-hum break. No disrespect. I think we did a pretty good job as a company by loading up the Series 1 case breaks where, look, we get it. Series 1 looking for a needle in a haystack. But when you put 42 boxes in those breaks, there's a better chance of finding that needle. Well, we're back to the good stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this.
Good stuff.
Definitive 2 boxes of triple threads, which, by the way, triple threads has been crazy lately. I think we've been seeing even more one-of-ones, more booklets than normal. I just saw the Ohtani All-Star Game logo got pulled, I believe, yesterday. Yeah. So that is in our store. Jay Wall, horror movie, gotta pull his fingernails. Yeah, you're right, Jay Wall. But the way that I think it was definitive, wasn't it? The way that definitive was just like, oh, you got your first hit in those batting gloves? Yeah, those are ours now.
Yeah,
we're gonna put those in the card now. I feel like with every product and every year, we're taking it one step further on the crazy
definitely
relics and patches.
So Jay Wall has a point of where he's going with it.
What's that?
And not like it's gonna be a fingernail, but it becomes one step. It's going one step further. Like, give us your shoe.
There's gonna have to become fingernails at some point. But maybe that day will be we won't be breaking that day when they're putting fingernails in cards. Let's see what we should start off with here, Big Dawg. We got a big day coming up. So what we have, there's a lot of different avenues to go down because there is some trouble in Beantown. I don't know if you've seen some of this coming out with Rafael Devers playing third base and Alex Bregman.
Yeah.
There is the start of the the unofficial beginning of NFL free agency happened yesterday. The franchise tag window opened up. So to me, that's kind of the beginning of free agency. We will continue our 30 teams, 30 shows at 10:30. We're looking at the Oakland A's today. And I kind of just want to get weird today. It's Wednesday, kind of in the middle of the week. Not a ton to look back on. Not a ton to look forward to on the weekend. So we got a ton of funny videos, a bunch of weird stuff in sports and not in sports to show you guys. But without further ado, I kind of wanted to go back to this All-Star Game kind of conversation because I know you love this one too, Big Dawg. And look, I don't want to spend a ton of time on this. I just kind of want to, get people's pulses, people roll in before we get into some of the bigger topics. Kevin Durant was, we know the deal with Kevin Durant on Twitter. He is not afraid to fire back at people. But he had a tweet, I want to say this was Monday. Durant had a tweet just basically saying that fans are never going to be pleased. You know what I mean? Ben, actually, if you don't mind, I think I have that one hyperlinked over here, the exact kind of exchange here. Also, Do you remember when they had Daniel Nava's piece of his beard? Wait, J-Wall, I do not, by the way. I absolutely do not. Is this real? Is this a prank, J-Wall? Are you trying to get me here? There is no way this actually happened. J-Wall, let me know what product that was in if it's real, and I'll have to pull it up because I don't believe. Red Sox World Series card? Have you heard of this?
No.
When was this, J-Wall? 2014-ish? This had to be a long time ago. That's on me for not knowing that one. Back in 09, 010, or 2010? All right, I'll have to look that up. But yeah, Ben, if you don't mind flashing it up whenever you got that thing. So Kevin Durant was saying basically that fans will never be happy with the NBA All-Star Game. And he said, what does he say here? I think it's more to complain about. And then this guy responds saying, Kevin Durant, watch it, man. Just watch it. Can't just cancel All-Star Weekend. We can't do anything for the fans. Durant says, I get it. My point is fans complain about everything. Nothing is good enough for the fans right now. Only thing they enjoy is playoffs, trade deadline, free agency, and when players beef with each other. What do you make of this, Big Dog? Because 50% of me says he's right. Because I know personally, I don't even enjoy the playoffs anymore, but I do enjoy the trade deadline. I do enjoy free agency. And sue me, I enjoy it when the players beef with each other. I think it's funny. Do you think Durant actually makes a point here, or do you think he's barking up the wrong tree?
I don't know. Like, I always think it's weird when like athletes are posting like that on Twitter, especially like KD, who's somebody so prominent in the league. I think he probably has a point because I think him and probably a bunch of other guys within the NBA probably feel the same way. That's probably why he's like tweeting back at it, because he's probably got some kind of frustrations going on with it. So I think he definitely has a valid point. Like, just nobody knows how to fix it. Like, we're gonna complain about everything because, again, if we go back and compare it to, you can't compare it to the hockey thing. Like, again, the hockey thing is way better and they're like nailing it. But like, hockey is so deeply rooted in these countries like Sweden and Canada and Finland or whatever.
Yeah, I don't even know. I couldn't tell you. I give you credit.
And then obviously it still is in the United States. So like, there's more on the line for that. Like, again, it's the primary sport in Canada. Like, there's more to play for. Like, you can't obviously break the NBA teams up into like countries necessarily. Like, maybe you could like something versus the world. I don't know. It just wouldn't work the same as hockey. So like, he has a point. People are going to complain about everything until you get something perfect. I feel like it's like trial and error until like you get it. Because it's not like the NHL All-Star Game has been perfect for the past 10 years.
No, the NHL All-Star Game stuff.
Again, it's like trial and error. Like, this year they nailed it and nobody's complaining about it. So like Katie's point, like, there's a time when people won't complain about everything. You just got to get it right, and like, so they're just not. They just got to keep. They got to change it. I don't know what the change is.
So and I think you're right, because I don't know what the change is, but I do think. And J-Wall, thank you for that. I will have to look into this, and I'll highlight this sometime this week because that's awesome. I think there's another problem going on here, because I think it stems from one thing, man: attitude. Right? Like, yes, the All-Star Game stinks. Yes, what Commissioner Silver is doing is not great, and putting Mr. Beast and Kevin Hart isn't great. But the bottom line is...
Dude, what the heck?
I know. The bottom line is the NBA as a whole is not doing great. And I saw something. Now, let's bring this back to some card news, because I saw a crazy news in the card world. Unprecedented news.
Unprecedented.
So we do not rip NBA or basketball yet. I am sure, we just started ripping football. I'm sure as we keep going and we keep growing, I'm sure we will be ripping basketball and NBA. But maybe what we really should be ripping is WNBA. Because, Big Dog, the prices are out. And for the first time in history, the price of a WNBA hobby box is more than an NBA hobby box. The prices came out for Prizm. So Prizm, I believe, WNBA Prizm releases, someone can correct me if I'm wrong. One of these released today and one of these releases a week from now. I apologize, I don't have it right in front of me. But it's WNBA Prizm and NBA Prizm. One's releasing today, one is releasing on the 19th. NBA Prizm hobby boxes are selling for $800. WNBA Prizm hobby boxes, $1,200.
Wow, nice.
So not even like, pennies on the dollar. $400 more. WNBA Prizm hobby boxes over NBA Prizm hobby boxes. This is a problem. Now, let me be clear before I say that. It's not a problem that WNBA is selling more than NBA. I think that's a credit to Caitlin Clark. And, she might get flamed in the media, but heck, even Angel Reese, because we're sitting here, we're talking about how polarizing she is. Does this concern you though? And like I want to look at it from the positive side in a second, but if for you guys out there as well, as people who have been investing in the NBA, who have spent money on cards, do you get a little concerned about the future of, you know, the hobby in the NBA? Or does it actually raise the value of some of the older cards? You get what I'm saying? Where like you know, a rookie LeBron, whatever year, 2003, 2002, or Dwayne Wade, or some of these older guys, do you think history will look back even more fondly at those guys? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I think people will look more fondly back on those guys because of this. I don't know. Keep going. Well, how was that worded again? I know what you were trying to say, like towards like the original guys.
If we move on, right, as collectors and as sports in the NBA, and the prices are going down, the demand isn't there anymore. You know what I mean? The demand is dwindling on some of these rookies.
That's why I was saying it starts to raise the value for like those original guys like LeBron and Dwayne Wade and stuff like that. Just because they're not being produced as much anymore. I think it just comes down to, it's almost like supply and demand. Like,
no, 100%
essentially, like
supply
they just
and demand.
there's less supply. It becomes more demand for it because they're not producing so much supply. So I think that's how that will go. But I don't know. The WNBA card market definitely should be higher. I think, in my opinion, people should be probably getting in that opposed to the NBA. There's like, I feel like there's bigger names to be chasing in that. Like.
Yeah,
definitely bigger upcoming names too.
I mean, I'm just thinking about like you know, we're pretty big sports fans. I'm sure you guys are too. Like, with all due respect, seriously, to these guys that could be great. Who wants a Zachary Rashashe card?
Yeah.
Who wants an Alexander Sarr card? I think Reed Shepherd was the 3rd overall pick in this year's NBA. He's playing in the G League for the Houston Rockets. I don't know if this is going to be the trend. Maybe this is a perfect storm of a WNBA explosion this year with Caitlin Clark, howdy Merch, and Angel Reese, and a down year in the NBA in terms of the rookie class. Jay Wall says Castle is the one you want. That's actually a really good shout, Jay Wall. Stephen Castle on the Spurs. Man, if anyone's been a Spurs fan for years and trying to get into breaks, I'm sorry for you because those prices have been crazy for years. And then J Wall says Topps Chrome McDonald's has the best ROI. Cooper flags are selling for crazy money.
Yeah, those have been pretty good recently. I've been seeing a lot about those Cooper flag McDonald's
as they
cards.
should, man.
Yeah,
as they should. That guy is fantastic to watch.
Yep.
Now, taking it a step further, and I do want to look at it from the other standpoint here in the WNBA, is Cooper Flag going to be the savior, you think? You know what I mean? Like, and the interesting is here, and I should have. That's
not like Wemby.
That's a tough one, man. That is a tough one because it might be a similar thing. He is signed with Topps.
Just run it back again, like give somebody like. You think he would be? I don't know.
Godzilla says he's the savior up in Maine. He's the savior up in for us. I just had to pause a moment because my whole life I've said down in Duke. You know what I mean? Being from, up in Duke. And I was like, oh my God, up in Duke. That's so weird to say. But he's the savior up in Duke as well, Godzilla. He's been the savior for the ACC in college basketball this season as well. I just am blown away. Now let's flip it the other way. Bravo, Caitlin Clark, man. And by the way, bravo to collectors for acknowledging it, right? I think collectors get a bad rap a lot of the time based on their demographic. And I think the demographic would typically be thought of not being open to women's basketball, you know? And I think history would say that is the case, unfortunately, because this is the first time a women's product has outpriced a men's product in the same sport. If you're just joining us, WNBA hobby boxes, $1,200. NBA Prizm hobby boxes, $800 that are coming out. I think this is just awesome to see because Caitlin Clark, I was calling a Rider game on ESPN Plus before I took this job. And I was talking to the play-by-play guy, and he said he got to see like one of Aaron Judge's historic home runs, and he sat courtside for Caitlin Clark playing against Rutgers. He said 40 years from now, I'm going to tell my grandkids that I saw Caitlin Clark courtside. Cool. I mean, it just blows my mind to see such a big deal, such a big sway. And I think there's nothing more telling than the prices, you know? And I know we don't like to break it down in terms of just dollars and cents all the time, but it's just crazy to me. Good morning, Ashley. Crazy to me to see it that cut and dry here. Big Dog, anything else you want to get off your chest about the NBA All-Star Game? You seemed pretty worked up about it in the chat the other day.
Dude, it was just, like, we called it a slop fest, like, going into it, and it literally was, like...
Yeah.
Did you when me and you said when me and Chris Paul were going to win the skills competition?
Yep, it was the worst thing ever.
Which I don't even know what they did in the skills competition. And then they got disqualified from it, and I was like in my head, I was like, I cannot wait to talk about that. And then what else? LeBron stepping out like 10 minutes before the game was also ridiculous.
Horrible.
There was just a bunch of disastrous stuff with it. I thought it was horrible, and I think the video that you played just pretty much summed it up. Something needs to be done about that.
And it's not up to
Mac
us for
McClung winning
figuring
the
it
dunk
out.
contest again, was crazy.
And Ledoux, it is a drag these days. Even the WNBA, I mean, they had a great idea for the All-Star game as well when they had Caitlin Clark and Kelsey versus Kelsey Plum. They had the the girls who didn't make the game versus the Olympics, excuse me.
Yeah. But I think you said it best on the last thing I'll say is I think you said it best on Talkin Slab is I think people want it. I liked when you said that why would those girls want to come to the NBA All-Star weekend?
No, it's not worth it.
Who would want to come to that? I don't know. All right.
Oh boy, Ashley, are you sitting in today?
What does that mean? What does that even mean?
Are you the producer?
I have 40 videos I wanted to play today. You could do it?
Okay,
you could
let's
do
go.
it? Okay. I wasn't sure. I just didn't want to throw too much at
Tell
you.
me what you want.
All right, Well, let's see what we got here. We'll wait a moment on anything there.
I've got it all here. I'm ready.
Okay, Ashley's sitting in for Ben. She is ready
Let's
to
go.
roll. All right, Big Dog. Well, might be a tomorrow thing, Jay. Well, I can't just throw that randomly out there. I need to, you gotta use the old sniffing tool, put it in the Google Drive folder first, Jay. Well, there is a method to the madness.
I am going to look that up after this, though. I am curious to see what that looks like.
All right, it's the daily brief NFL breakdown here for you, Big Dog, because we're day by day, we're kind of digesting the 2024 season as we look back on it. Yesterday, the topic was who was the team that did not get roasted enough? I said the 49ers. Let's flip it. Who's the team this year that you thought did not get enough credit? Everyone was talking about the Commanders. Everyone was talking about the Broncos. Obviously, the Eagles did well. But was there a team that you were like, you know what? I thought this team had a really good season, yet we're not talking about them enough. Ooh.
I'm always with the Bucks on that. I could definitely talk about the Bucks with that. I agree with Ashley. That's a good answer. I think the Bucks again. Baker Mayfield had a sneaky good season. He always does. Again, if it wasn't for 14 to 17 interceptions on the season, he could have been in an MVP conversation. I think he had 41 or 40 plus total touchdowns. Again, when they made the playoffs, they were always sneaky. Again, they've got how to play against the Commanders, which is definitely a tough game. Probably should have won it if they didn't fumble that reverse handoff or whatever was going on in that play. Again, I thought that was a team that you did not want to see in the playoffs if they did happen to make it, and they did. The Commanders took care of that, but I think looking forward, Jalen McMillan was really showing out towards the end. I think he really likes Baker Mayfield. Mike Evans is, of course, as solid as he's ever been. Bucky Irving is becoming a fan favorite, and he also looked really good. So,
You lost Mike Evans for 3 weeks in Chris
Yeah.
And
Classic Chris Godwin.
I think that goes to show because I don't think Godwin is going to be back for the Bucks. So I think that the fact that Jalen McMillan definitely stepped up and showed that he can be that guy.
Little glimpse into your future there if you're the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I don't think Godwin is going to be back.
Himmy, I kind of love Himmy's answer.
Not the
Steelers. I'm not gonna lie. I did think about it too. I love Himmy. The Steelers' first 5 games. I did think about that. I know Ledoux says we need to put a microphone on you, Ashley. We got to get a producer mic and camera over here.
I have a lot of very valid points.
The Bucks was honestly probably the best answer you could do for this whole question.
You know what it is though? It's always the Bucks. The Bucks
You're not
are
wrong.
Always the Bucks, at least
But-
for the last, let's say, outside of the Super Bowl win.
4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are always been
that sneaky,
But all right, then let me throw this back at you because and I don't disagree with that. But if you've been that team that doesn't get enough credit 4 years in a row, doesn't that kind of tell you that you just don't know how to take the next step?
No, it's just because of the division that we're in. I mean, it's the same.
Yeah.
And even if, and this is the argument that everyone's going to have, we have won our division for the last
4 years, yeah.
But it doesn't matter because whenever you say that to anybody, they're like, oh, your division is.
Oh, you beat the Panthers,
Yeah.
The Falcons, good for you. So
It's
it's
true.
I mean, we are better, obviously, than everybody in our division. And
No.
Probably always will be. I don't know.
Falcons getting sneaky, so is Bryce Young.
It's a tough path through that NFC. Again, once you even make the playoffs, you get the Commanders. You would have gotten the Eagles at some point
2 years ago. And it's actually kind of bumming me out because I love Baker. I think all of us, find me someone who doesn't love Baker, honestly. Browns fans. But no, at this point, I think Browns fans are honestly more blaming their management and ownership than Baker Mayfield. But people are forgetting how close the Buccaneers were to beating the Lions 2 years ago in the playoffs.
Yeah. After they beat the Eagles.
After they crushed the Eagles, then they almost beat the Lions. Now you kind of look back at this year and you're like, you know what? They were a doink away from beating the Commanders.
Yeah.
Then what happens? I think Buccaneers-Eagles would have been a much better game. Dude, because remember, the Buccaneers crushed the Eagles this season. The Buccaneers were the only team this season
to beat
to crush the Eagles. The other games the Eagles lost were a drop away from Saquon Barkley from beating the Falcons. And I can't even remember. Hurts got injured and the Commanders ran roughshod on him after that.
And it comes down to weird, wacky games that the Buccaneers would lose and Baker throwing interceptions that kind of decredits them and takes away from, like, that's what undervalues them, and that's why they should have gotten some more flowers, I believe. It's because they were still winning games where they needed to. Again,
Harvey. I know.
Nobody probably could remember that the Bucs were the ones that crushed the Eagles. You know
what I mean? Well, and Harvey makes a good point. As an Eagles fan, when I look back on the season and I remember everyone in the Eagles had the flu that game, plus A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. We're out. So, listen, kind of an asterisk next to it, but you got to tip your cap. I think the Bucs are actually a great answer. Shout out to Ashley. She should be hosting the show. I don't know what I'm doing here. But because I think that's actually the best answer, I'm going to reach a little bit here. And I'm going to go with a team that I was ripping a new one all season long, and it's the Houston Texans. Now, the reason I say the Houston Texans is because I think we set unrealistic expectations for them this season. Come on now, Harvey. Listen, Harvey, people don't want to hear me gloat about the Eagles all off season long. Trust me, Harvey, I'll do it, all right? I'm trying to give other fans reasons to get excited, reasons for hope, and dish out some credit, especially when we talk about things ultimately from a card perspective as well. I know I'm being a dead horse here with the CJ Stroud conversation, but I think we moved the goalpost a little bit too quickly. Yes, there is the albatross, the 31-2 loss to the Ravens. But at the end of the day, the Texans did win a playoff game this season with CJ Stroud, the second-year quarterback, after you lost Stephon Diggs, after you lost Tank Dell, after you've had to deal with injury and change left and right. I think this Texans team got way too much flack this season, and I think long-term, big reasons to be excited if you're a Texans.
Did they beat the Bills early on in the season, too, the Texans? There was a good game between the Bills and the Texans early on. I forget who ended up winning.
I might have forgotten about that. That might have, you might be right on that one. I forgot about that one.
I agree with that pick.
Way too much flack.
I like CJ Stroud, and I like D'Amico Ryans. I like what they got going on there. I think unfortunately the Commanders are probably going to have similar expectations coming into this year, especially making the NFC Championship. I think people are going to want him to be as good as he was this past season.
Yeah.
They're going to want him to be as good as he was, and if he's not, they're going to compare him dude, I think it was just a simple sophomore slump for CJ Stroud, and people were too quick. And again, you have an outlier in that Christmas game, which makes it look kind of pretty bad.
It was one of the worst games. I was going to bet on the Texans.
So good. The Ravens were so good.
I remember that day too. I was going to bet on the Texans. My friend just was like, "You realize the Texans are bad, right?" I'm like, maybe you're right. I'll sit this one out. 31.
Their team is good, and
Do they have a 1-year coach or a 2-year?
D'Amico?
He's second year now.
It'll be his third year.
It'll be his third year.
Yeah. It'll be D'Amico Ryan's third year. Friedline. That's what I'm saying though. Friedline. I think the Texans should get a little more credit. Ultimately, they crushed the Chargers in that playoff game.
Yeah, but you have to look back and they were up 23-3 on the Lions in that one game, and Goff threw 5 interceptions, and they ended up losing somehow. There's things like that where there's certain moments, there's certain very negative moments that summed up that moment. You think about that moment, the Christmas game moment, and maybe one other game that's really bad for the Texans that clouds all of the good that they had, leading there. So
100%.
I think you're right. I think they did deserve some more credit than they had, because they did crush the Chargers in that playoff game.
I might be a year to take a couple CJ Stroud MVP futures, because I think this kid, I say kid, CJ Stroud, but he's so young. Mentally, some of the things I read about him this year, he took a big step mentally. The guy was crying on the field when Tank Dell. It was a gruesome injury.
Mm-hmm.
I think he took a big step. He learned a lot about himself mentally.
Yeah, that's tough. Dude, there were so many bad, that doesn't happen to anybody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
Your second year, the things that were happening to him are some of the best things to probably learn from too, that other guys aren't really getting. As unfortunate as some of those things were, I think he's I think he's going to come back
Yeah.
pretty strong.
I do want to come back to a couple things.
That division's not much stronger than like the Bucks division. Like
dude, it's worse.
What's worse.
I actually think that division's worse than the Bucks division
way
next year.
worse probably than
Depending
the Bucks
on
division.
if one Mr. 41, 42-year-old ayahuasca drinker wants to join that division next season. Just saying. All right, it's 10 a.m. It's time for a little slab or no slab. We got our trivia question going on here, and I want to talk a good amount of MLB today. But I had to start the show. I could not believe the WNBA Prizm prices. I thought that was crazy. Out of all active MLB players right now, which of them has the most career home runs? Like, we know all the all-time home runs. Here are your choices. Mike Trout, Paul Goldschmidt, Bryce Harper, and Giancarlo Stanton. Those are your choices for most active home runs or most career home runs out of any active ball player. I've never seen people so slow to vote. I think they're scared and actually don't know what to trust. I voted because I didn't want to mess around with this one. Thank you, Harvey, for able. It is Mike from. Wait a second. What happened there?
Did we get it wrong?
It was a late resurgence for Paul Goldschmidt, and
It tied. It tied.
Rerun it with just those two.
All right, we're gonna rerun it with those two.
For just those two, was it Paul Goldschmidt and who else?
Paul Goldschmidt
Yeah, I like that. And it was Stanton.
and Giancarlo Stanton.
All right, ready?
It's going to the booth, Connie.
They're gonna have to get the index
After
card.
further review.
Going up now.
Hold
Get
on.
the index card, yeah.
All right, ready?
Ashley's playing reindeer games here. Oh boy.
There we go.
There we go. No frills here. No strings attached. I will weigh in here. And Connie with a walk-in slab winner
Dude, what if
yesterday.
Connie just walked through, like...
Come on. Let's go. I want to give away a slab today. We're due.
We're due. We're so due. It's been a while.
What if it,
We're gonna keep running it.
And we're at 15 votes. So
Oh my God. Hold. No!
Oh no! Whoa!
No!
It tied again.
You know the worst part is that I put my Instagram just to tie it.
You tied it with Goldschmidt?
How did you know which one would tie? Oh, did you see it?
Yeah,
You can see the percentage. That's why I'm not voting, because I don't want to be the one that sways the tie.
B. Langley says tie goes to the winner. I think that's fair.
Hold on.
Come on, we gotta run it. We gotta run the givey. What?
Last time. Are you ready? Hold on.
Oh my
Here it
God.
is. Last time.
I'm trying, y'all.
Last time.
There we go.
No!
Should have put Giancarlo Stanton or Mike Stanton, honestly. I wonder who did that.
I didn't even realize that they were
I
both
gotta
the same.
imagine Giancarlo hit more. Yeah, he changed his name pretty young now that I think about it. There we go. Well done. Yeah, let's get this a tie again. Come on, one
All
more
right,
tie.
chat, work together. Somebody's got to vote for the bottom one. There we go. We're back. No.
No,
Vote for the top one. Top one.
Oh,
No.
man, there we
No.
go. Mike from Miami. Yeah, did you know that, by the way, Big Dog? I actually did not know that.
No, I did not know that.
Who knew that off rip? I had no idea. Because, I'll be honest, I kind of think of these trivia questions like last second, and I was doing a lot of baseball research, and I saw that Giancarlo Stanton had discomfort in both elbows. Sorry, Yankees fans. That's not good. You know, discomfort in one elbow is enough.
It's not,
both elbows.
That's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, there we go. So, guys, if this is your first time with us, slab or no slab, a little thing we do every single morning, Monday through Friday. We do it once at 10 a.m. if we can get that trivia question right. It's usually not that hard. Unless you liked it, then it is like that all the time. And then we run it again at 10:45 Eastern time. No strings attached. 50-card wheel, 3 PSA graded cards. I added a big card today, too. What did I add?
You add.
I added a...
We have the Shohei Ohtani
Oh, yeah.
Cosmic Chrome PSA.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
I added a random auto. Oh, I added a Teddy Bruschi auto to the wheel
Oh,
today.
nice.
Yeah.
We
Teddy
have
Bruschi. I also added an Austin Reeves White Sparkle.
Nice.
Yeah.
Corbin Carroll
Corbin Carroll
Cosmic
Cosmic Chrome Gem Mint 10 on the wheel right now.
And finally, we have an Ethan Salas.
Yeah, Ethan Salas. Bowman first?
Correct.
Mint
Nice.
9. There you go. So those are your 3 slabs on the list that we are playing for.
My invested heavily into Salas. Like,
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Bob, there's
Big
Bob.
money into it.
I think a lot of people did as well. What's up, Bob? Good morning.
Ask
Favorite
me-
Series 1? Hanger, Jumbo, Hobby, or Blaster? I know Big Dogs is Jumbo, ain't it?
I'm going with Jumbo there.
Have to go with Jumbo.
Have to
You
go with
just
Jumbo.
Can't rip enough Series 1.
I wish they had Super Jumbo.
Super Jumbo.
Mega Jumbo.
Ask and you'll receive, my friend. We can make that happen for you, all right? Before we move off of NFL, because there's a ton of fun baseball stuff I wanted to get to today, we talked about it, I want to say it was Monday. Best transaction of the offseason. We said Saquon Barkley or Jaden Daniels. Either way, I mean, take your pick. They were great. I was looking at the free agent class this year. Do you think there is a Saquon Barkley kind of move out there? And flip that around. Like, is there any way that we can see like a franchise-altering move this offseason?
I think
draft or
I don't think there's a Saquon Barkley kind of guy, but I think there's a bunch of like B-tier guys that are getting moved around, which creates more stories. Like I think you have Kupp and Stafford that are going to be moving somewhere. You have the Rodgers story of him going somewhere. You do have the guys that are coming out in the draft. I don't think any of those guys are as big as Saquon Barkley moving last year. And I don't think any of these guys, I mean, are truly going to change the course of a franchise. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But
no, I think you're right.
There is more. I feel like going on though. There's like a bunch of like wacky stuff. Like I was hearing that Kupp and Stafford might move to a different team together, and that would be like a Brady and Gronk type of deal. And I'd be curious to see that. And you had the rumors of Trevor Lawrence. If you heard those, he said, "I'm not going to Pittsburgh."
We've been talking an awful lot about those.
Going to Pittsburgh, he said.
I'm still not sold.
So I think you have a bunch of these different, like these mini-year stories, and you do have like these guys coming out in the draft. Obviously, you have Shedeur, which is like a big name, and I don't think there's anything like, dude. Even last year, like Derrick Henry was bigger than any of the names that's going on right now. You had him moving, you had Saquon that moved as well. So like, you potentially had two franchise-changing ones. That, like, Derrick
Harvey said. Yeah, Harvey agrees with you. He said the same thing. That neither of those.
Those were crazy names to be moving around. So I don't think we have that going around this year. Again, you have Rodgers moving. You have.
I will tell you what, though. I think you did say something very correct. It's a deep free agent class, and there's a lot of guys who will. I don't want to say change a trajectory of a franchise, but I do think there's a lot of guys that can make or break rosters. And I'm looking at a list right now. Khalil Mack, who might be turning 34, but Khalil Mack should be a free agent.
Myles Garrett is going to be somewhere else.
That's a good point. Myles Garrett will be on the move. Byron Murphy Jr. with the Vikings cornerback. Trevarius Ward with the 49ers. Let's see who else we have on here.
I think you have a lot of mysteries. Like you're wondering where Darnold's going to be. You're wondering where Rodgers is going to be. You're wondering where like Fields might be.
Sleeper for you here. Hassan Reddick.
Wondering where he might be.
Hassan Reddick, who never was able to make it work in New York or New Jersey. But, man, we saw this guy be... I don't know, what's the word look like? A keystone, like an absolute linchpin on this Eagles defensive line that had 70 sacks in that year they went to the Super Bowl in 2022. Yep. There's going to be a bunch of guys. There was one more name. Oh, Chase Young, who was, collecting dust in the Saints.
Is he good?
I think he's actually pretty good still. I would like to see him have like Talanoa Hufanga might be on the move with the 49ers. Like, there's a bunch of these names that I think could really take teams to another level. But when you look at it, draft and free agency, there's not that one guy like a Jaden Daniels. There's not that one guy like a Saquon.
Even last year, like Caleb Williams was a name that was like you could think that could do it.
Polarizing.
Polarizing names. There's not much of that. There is just like a lot of. I think there's a lot of change that's going to happen. I think a lot of things are going to be different coming in next year. I think a lot of players that you usually see are going to be in different jerseys, so it's going to feel weird to anybody who's been watching the NFL for like the past 10 years. So.
Dirty Bird said, isn't Bosa on the market? Not on the list I'm looking at here. Nick or Joey? Is it the one from the 49ers or the Chargers here, Dirty? I might have missed that. If so, I mean, he would be pretty big. I won't lie, but
I don't.
Chargers.
The only one that could maybe change a franchise, and I don't think it would happen. Like Shedeur is the only one that I think anybody's talking about that has franchise changing potential. I don't think he's going to do that. I think it's going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
But, like, imagine if he did. Like, I feel like he's the biggest name. Like,
I know. Listen, I think Bryce Young might be the honest, like, the better comparison. Jaden Daniels is I don't want to say once in a decade kind of player, like we saw it with Luck, RG3, but you don't see guys come in rookie year and do that. Bryce Young should be more, or Jordan Love, Bryce Young, that should be more the expectation for quarterbacks, honestly.
I think so. Yeah, I think so, too.
Connie says Jackson Dart. Put some respect on Jackson Dart right there.
Jackson Dart to the Jets is what I'm here for.
Nah.
Yes.
They'll ruin that kid. I feel bad for him if he goes to the Jets. Some NFL news that came out yesterday that was less about players, less about X's and O's. My question is, who is this for? Right? Yeah, I know, Harvey. Who is this for? Two pieces of crap news. One, the NFL is going back to Brazil. Yippee.
They're also going to Ireland.
They're going, well, Ireland I think is cooler, to be honest with you. Just Ireland, it seems to me, when they brought Notre Dame to Ireland, I think it's cool.
True, okay.
The NFL going to Brazil. Chargers playing in Brazil next year. Anyone out here, is anyone out here watching this being like, oh, wow, I'm so excited the NFL is going to play a game in Brazil? I'm not. I don't like it.
I don't care.
My team went to Brazil last year. They won the Super Bowl. You know, I feel like I should be like, oh, yippee, they're going to Brazil. I'm tired of these foreign games, man.
Dude, what's
the point?
Because, dude, I don't know. They're trying to, because money, man. Like,
I know.
Money, like,
They're making
the
plenty
point.
of money.
They're trying to open up a market. They're trying to make, like, imagine a Brazil team, man, a London team.
No, I can't imagine it. It's stupid.
Like, it would be a division of 4 teams, like the international division.
It's
like,
so stupid.
That's literally what it would end up being.
Is that what they want to happen?
That's the only thing that I can imagine in my mind. Again, it's money, and you create a market, and you create a place to put a team there, and you have a game there every week or for 8 weeks out of the year. Like,
isn't Australia or somebody starting their first NFL league?
I might have to look into that. Dude, I didn't see that. There's an
It's
NFL
so-
Australia. Well, there was an NFL Europe 15 years ago. Like Kurt Warner played in NFL Europe. That's before he played in the NFL, and then they disbanded it. Too Young says, this is the USA, right? Those places don't matter to us. I'm not taking it that far, Too Young.
Why do they purposely make the international, like, when we look at the schedule...
The NFL announced on Wednesday it will start to host the first ever regular season game
Yeah.
in Australia.
Yeah. So, that's another one, right? Too Young says, I'll take it there. I'll leave that to you, Too Young. But, my point is, if you want to, make a bigger push, if you want to play a preseason game in Japan or whatever, or in Brazil, that's fine. Because flip it the other way, right? The Premier League, they've tried to, make themselves have a bigger American audience. The Premier League would never play a regular season match in America.
Yeah.
People in the Premier League,
They're always exhibition games.
They're always exhibition games. You see no fans. You give American slop, and everyone wears their Liverpool jerseys, and they're like, oh, this was so fun. I think it's ridiculous. And who said it? Was it Harvey who says, I don't like watching NFL games at 7 a.m.? Neither do I.
Especially when it's the Giants versus the Bears. You know what I mean? Like,
the only thing I'll say is if you're going to put a game at 7 a.m., make it the Giants versus the Bears. But they put a good game. It was Jets-Vikings early in the season where the Jets weren't totally terrible yet. Jets-Vikings was on at 9:30 in the morning, and the Phillies played a playoff game the night before. You better believe I wasn't waking up at 9:30 in the morning on that Saturday. I wake up, it's halftime. I hate it. It was a dog fight, Connie. I remember it too. I thought the Jets were coming back in that game. I was very upset about it. It makes me so mad. Like, I don't understand who they're doing it for other than themselves. Because let's be honest, that's what they're doing it for.
but it's also
themselves.
it's also a more normal time. It's also a more normal time in that country, though. Like, they're like, you know what I mean? It's like noon in that country.
Right.
They're not doing it for us.
They're not doing it for us.
Like, again, it
just annoys
think
me.
of how many hot dogs they sell at the concession stands. You know what I mean? Like, it all just adds up, bro. Like, everything of popcorn, every soda that somebody buys, every jersey you buy at the shop, every ticket, like, that's what they're doing it for. Like, it just all matters. Everything, every little thing matters. Charging for parking per car. You know what I mean? Like,
It's true.
Boosting the economy of wherever they're going.
And to the credit, listen, and I don't want to give them credit because it pisses me off because the fans who, I know Matty Ice over here, for example, this guy grew up watching J.P. Lossman and Tyrod Taylor as his quarterbacks, and he still sticks with the Bills through and through. Now you see the guys in London. I saw Eagles fans in London were hitting the streets after the Super Bowl. So, look, you are getting a bigger fan base internationally.
There is a fan base internationally, though.
Why are you taking it away from us? It pisses me off. Then, go ahead if you had one final point on that.
No, I was just saying it's just because of social media and stuff like that. And you can literally be in London and watch NFL football and find a team that you like and whatnot. So.
Now, the other thing that I saw, the other part of news came out the same day. You see with Netflix? Netflix is trying to really lobbying hard, man.
Oh, nice. What is
Netflix is trying hard.
To get what?
Sunday night? No, worse. Normal Sunday football. It's becoming a real thing, man. There's real, Netflix is trying to steal a game from CBS, steal a game from Fox.
Would that take it from, does YouTube TV not have it all? Or
I'll be honest. It does. I don't know the exact business side of things, but it does appear more and more like Netflix is really pushing to get a Sunday 1 o'clock, Sunday 4 o'clock game, like weekly spot on Netflix. Who is this for? You know what I mean? It's just, I guess, young.
It's more money because
I know.
more people have to buy subscriptions to Netflix.
Oh, it makes me so mad. It just
YouTube TV has Red Zone. They have rights to Red Zone.
Which and Sunday Ticket and Sunday Ticket, which has.
Sunday Ticket, not Red Zone, but
So then would it become is Red Zone not allowed to show the Netflix game or something like that?
that's
I think.
exactly what it is. So like right now, Amazon Prime, if you remember, they
Yeah.
with their Monday night games or whatever.
Thursday night, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
You
like,
have
so-
to go to Prime to watch the Thursday night.
Yeah,
game.
right.
It wouldn't air unless it was local to you.
Yeah.
Local, whatever.
So imagine Netflix taking like Sunday Night Football and like Sunday Night Football being on Netflix. You know what I mean? Because Monday Night Football is ESPN,
Enough.
and they would never
Enough
give that.
is
They would,
enough.
like Monday night would never get. I don't think get taken.
Fred
So-
Harvey's right. It's all about the money now, and I mean it's always been about the money, but now it's just it's going too far. It's going too
Yeah.
far, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. Let's be honest.
There was no games on Peacock this year. I don't think
There
that
weren't.
was like one thing that surprised me is there was no.
There
like,
were no
Peacock.
games on Peacock. That's true, but we had to suffer through Christmas on
On
Netflix.
Netflix,
I
yeah.
went to Grandma's house. My grandma doesn't have Netflix. It ruined Christmas. No, I'm just joking because the games were horrible. I didn't miss much, but still.
So yeah. Who that's all.
Who is this for? All right, let's see here, Big Dog.
Are we going to talk about? I don't know. I want to get into it too quickly, but are
What do
we
we
going to
got?
talk about the Red Sox? What's going on in Boston? The Red Sox
Yeah,
situation.
yeah. You know
'Cause
what?
I just saw something. I just saw Bregman made a statement, and it was a simple. I'll play wherever.
Yes,
So.
yes. So let's see here. We got our slab or no slab giveaway going in 2 minutes. Let's get a little goofy first before
Okay,
we go
sounds good,
over
sounds
to
good.
Beantown.
I just wanted to,
Yeah.
just
Oh
wanted to
no,
get
we're
in-
gonna be
yeah,
we're
sorry,
gonna be talking
I had a
about this.
notification pop up on my phone about it. I've been
Right
following
now?
following it for the past couple of days. So
Let's you know what? Let's do it, Big Dog. You want to talk Bregman and Red Sox?
no, we can
I
wait.
say,
Let's get
no,
goofy. Let's
talk.
get goofy.
Then we'll get goofy because let's talk about the hard hitting issues. Let's talk Bregman and Devers. Ashley, are you able to pull anything up for me here?
I'm so ready, guys.
All right. It's the
Maybe. We'll see.
All right. Well, in the meantime, if you've been living under a rock here, the Red Sox signed Alex Bregman, Gold Glover Alex Bregman, by the way. Yes, J. Lou. This is what's coming out. What's that?
I found it.
Okay. Look, dang. Did you click the Gold Glover Alex Bregman?
I'm doing it right now.
nice.
Oh my word.
We're in business.
But listen, if something happens, chat, just know it's not me. This
She's
is not my
cooking.
job.
Yeah, I gotta say.
Oh my gosh, I did it, guys!
Is it on here? Is it on
watch,
here?
Ready? I have to click this.
Oh yes, we did it. We did it.
Oh boy.
All right, here it goes.
All right.
Do I unmute it?
Yeah, hang on 1 second. We got slab or no slab going in 30 seconds.
Oh my, you're
So let's wait till slab or no slab goes, you say? And then we'll run it? I know.
no.
There's a lot of moving parts.
Oh dear.
So in the meantime, I will recap, what has happened. Rafael Devers, obviously stalwart of the Boston Red Sox. He was promised by Chaim Bloom, I believe I'm saying that right, former general manager of the Red Sox, that Rafael Devers would always play third base as long as he was a Red Sox. Of course, this offseason, they signed Alex Bregman. Rafael Devers is not too pleased.
He is not happy.
I'm going to play Rafael Devers, what Rafael Devers had to say to media in just a second. It is hilarious.
Dude, he is not a happy camper, dude.
But let's see who wins this giveaway first. All right, come on, slab or no slab? Chaz, let's go. Chaz, a regular. Chaz, the regular, taking it down. Chaz, let's see it now. We got Teddy Bruschi autos on here today. We got an Austin Reeves white sparkle, and we got 3 big slabs. What do we got? We got some Paul Skeens on
is it
here.
125 and
125 and 50, Chaz. You know the deal. 37 is, I feel like 37, 14, 28. What do we got for 37 here? Actually, dang, I'm
Bryce
impressed.
Eldridge Bowman first?
Dude, that is the Bryce Eldridge Bowman first spot. When I saw all these cards go through, there was like 10 Bryce Eldridge Bowmans first. And I said, you know what? Who can get mad about this? Let's take a Bryce Eldridge Bowman first for the free all day. Heck, if it looks nice enough, you slab that thing up. Bryce Eldridge, the future over there in San Fran.
Almost there. Other way. Yeah, right there. Perfect.
There we go. There you go. The card does exist. There you go, Chaz. Congratulations to you. We take it for the free. Of course we take it. So there's a little look at that list, by the way, guys. If you see other stuff that you can win. 10, 45, and 25 minutes. We're going to be running another one of those giveaways here. No strings attached here. In just 25 minutes, we're going to be running another one of those giveaways. All right.
Okay, I think I can do it.
Yeah, right back to it. Let's do it. This was the Devers spring training media availability.
Is this yesterday? I've been seeing a bunch of videos about that. I'm pretty sure this is yesterday. And there was a good video I wish I would have saved of like.
Okay.
I'll talk about it in a second.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Let's go. Let's go. Is the volume on? Let's see. Last chance. Last test.
I don't know how to do this part.
No volume, no volume. Connie, thank you, Connie. No sounds.
Well, what if there's like there must be a little knob thing. I don't know what's the rest of the stuff.
That's all right. That's all right. What's
Well,
up?
I wish we could reenact it.
I know.
I'm only playing third base. I'm only playing third base.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, basically what happens in the video is through a translator and all this stuff. They're talking to Devers. He says he's only playing third base.
I'm only playing
He's
third
very
base.
adamant about that. And then they say, "Would you consider DHing?" And he goes, no.
No.
He chuckles, and then he says no to that one, pretty much. So there you go. Thank you, Big Dog. Get me a hot dog. And then there was another video about Alex Cora. And these are all yesterday. Video about Alex Cora. They talk to him about it, and they say, "Hey, Cora, Rafael Devers says he's only playing third base. They say he's not moving, and they say he was guaranteed playing third base." Alex Cora just looks at the reporter and says, "There's different leadership now." So basically, what's happening in Boston is Rafael Devers is trying to say, "This is my team. I'm the big man on this team. When I signed my extension in Boston, I was promised I was only going to be playing third base." And Alex Cora is saying, "Nah, that's not going to happen." What the hell is going to happen in Boston,
Dude,
Big Dog?
this is definitely, I think this is a problem, bro, because this is big drama. Like, this has been going around. Again, I saw with the video I was telling you about, I was literally watching it this morning, and I wish I could pull it up, and maybe I will and show it in the studio, but it was a video of Aaron Judge talking at some point about a position change, and the way that he spoke about it and the way that he was willing to adapt and make changes just showed like
is the video of Aaron Judge saying he would hit last if it helped the team? Yeah.
Just that's what leadership is about when you're on a team like that. And like again, even if that is Devers' team, I think if you're the leader of that team, like then you're willing to play anywhere. You should be willing to play anywhere. I get it. I just don't agree. I don't agree with it. I feel like it makes a bad look, and it's definitely not good for the team culture. Getting Bregman too, and like what's going to happen internally, and now it's awkward for Bregman because he's like, I'm going to play anywhere, and like.
So I looked at Card Ladder. Rafael Devers' cards did not move. I'm going to monitor this because I think we're going to see a downward, not a spiral, but I think Devers is going to go down in the card market because for me, not a Red Sox fan, right? But as a fan of baseball, when they show Devers on TV, he is this happy-go-lucky guy. He is a good dude. He's a fan favorite. And now I'm wondering if you're seeing a little look behind the curtain and saying like, uh-oh. And I saw another thing here. Ashley, would you be able to pull up? It's the, Devers at least is a good defensive third baseman, right?
I'm gonna hit this real quick.
Okay. Let's see. Well, this one has no sound on it, by the way. Hold on. Stand by.
I'm playing with buttons.
Ashley's playing with buttons. Well, regardless.
Didn't work. I was
I think it shows more that Bregman is more of a leader of the team.
What did you want, Josh?
No, you're good. It's just the hyperlink of Devers at least is a good defensive third baseman, right?
Dog, he's big.
He's big. He's a big guy. But so is Jose Ramirez, and he still gets the job done. So is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He still gets the job done. This is a crazy stat I saw from the account Baseball Doesn't Exist. Because this wouldn't be an argument if Devers was at least a good defensive third baseman. Since entering the league, Rafael Devers is the worst defensive third baseman in the MLB per defensive run saved. -62. He ranks 103 out of 103 with a minimum of 750 innings played. That to me is the cherry on top. Where it's between a guy who won the Gold Glove the last year and a guy who ranks 103 out of 103 eligible third basemen since Rafael Devers has come into the league. You got to know thyself. You got to do what's best for the team to give them the best chance to win. Breggy made 81 errors last season. That's the fakest number I've ever heard. What are you talking about, too young? Nobody makes 81 errors. Are you kidding me, too young? He won Gold Glove. Keep one. It's it's not an argument to me. You gotta move Rafael Devers, and I'm sorry, it's a shame because Red Sox, did Bregman make their lineup better? Yeah, I guess, but I knew right away I did not like the move.
Is it right away just because of that? You think he needs moved?
You mean move from the Red Sox altogether?
Are you saying move positions?
Move positions.
Okay,
I think you got to move positions there. J. Lou says the fact that Boston is even letting Devers think there's a chance to play third is the problem. I mean, J. Lou, I don't know if that's the case, though. I don't know if that's the case. I think they're trying to do...
This is all a big problem. Like,
right.
This is all a big problem for Boston. Like, this is all a big internal issue that, like...
Right.
You don't want going 30 days out from the season. You know what I mean? Like, you would like to have your this kind of established and not have drama 1 month out going into all this.
Right, and J. Lou and Connie are, they've laid it out perfectly.
They told him he's not.
They told him he's not playing third base, and Devers says, I'm playing third base. And I think you're playing a game of chicken.
And that's what just came out, is Bregman said, I'll play wherever. So where does that come into play? Because, again, if he's willing to play wherever, do you just put him wherever and let Devers play third? Or
I'm pulling up the Red Sox depth chart on Fangraphs because I think this might be the scariest thing if you're the Red Sox. These are the ages of your players. Rafael Devers is 28 years old. Did you know that Jarren Duran is older than Rafael Devers?
How much older?
2 months. But still, to me, when I look at that, you got guys like Tristan Casas, who's 25 years old. Ceddanne Rafael at 24 years old.
Tristan Casas saying something about it, too.
I did too. I didn't want to make any light of that because it's just he's a kid. They're asking him tough questions. I don't know what he's supposed to say. It's ridiculous. The Casas thing was crazy. I didn't want to make a big deal about that because why is this 25-year-old answering these questions?
Did Casas say that Devers should be playing third?
I think he did.
Something along the lines of that?
And no, they asked him about calling guys up, and he says, no, I don't think they should call up Christian Campbell. They're one of their top prospects. We have the right guys on this roster right now.
Yeah.
I feel like they were putting Casas in a tough shot. Yeah. I'm not going to make anything of that. That's a 25-year-old guy getting in front of the mic who is answering tough questions. Should he have answered them better? I guess. But I would make a bigger deal of the Cora comments and a bigger deal out of the Devers comments without a doubt. Long story short, man, it's ugly in Boston already. And now you have an uncomfortable, imagine spring training from a culture standpoint. The point I was making, though, is now you just have an awkward dynamic between one of the best farm systems in the league, all these young guys coming up.
You didn't have that last week, too.
No.
You know what I mean? Which is crazy. Now...
Yeah, it's certainly an awkward situation here. Speaking of awkward situations here, can we play this card video, Ashley, if you don't mind? It is it's the one that says, "This makes me sick" on the Google Doc. Anyone see this clip on the old other app, by the way? I know we were talking about it before the show, Big Dog. Anyone see this clip? This makes me sick. Pokemon Breaker.
Sorry, this is effing awesome.
No, not that one. This makes me sick. There's
not
the
to be confused with this is effing awesome.
Because we have to balance out. We have to balance out the good with the bad.
Oh, I did.
You see this one?
Yes,
Let's play it.
I did just ask Ben how to get volume, but we'll see.
Okay, that's all right. This one we don't even need volume that much. So this is we just let it play, and I'll explain what happened. So this is a break on the other app. We'll call it that. You would never see this on Fanatics Live. This is kind of the reason I played this. Pokemon Breaker was not getting what he wanted, so he's like, let me get a giveaway going. Someone won the giveaway that I never saw before, and he just crashed out. Crumpled the cards up before he even opened the pack. Opens up the pack, takes him out. He says, you know what? One more time. Crumbles it up again, and basically, long story short, hit like a $200 card out of it. I think
the specifics were that he told the chat that only the people that bought into this most
right
can enter the giveaway. And obviously somebody entered.
Right, you can't control that.
Right, exactly. And so they won it, and now he threw a tantrum.
He threw a tantrum?
Dude, that's crazy.
And then he did what all great ones do, like the Hawk Tuba girl when she did something bad. She left. The second it ends, at the end of this clip, he goes,
I'm out.
He says, well, time for lunch, guys. And then he closes the stream. This stuff just makes me sick. I will say though, I found the guy on Reddit who got the card. He's like, I'm not gonna lie, this was better for me than actually hitting the card. Like seeing
making
a
this
guy
so like frustrated. Yeah.
So just remember when you're out there, just a little self-advertisement for
Devers when they tell him he's DH.
Devers when they tell him he's the DH, J-Lou. It's so true. He comes up and he just goes, puts him out on his shoulder, says, that's what yes, you can for me if I'm DHing. Which, by the way,
J-Lou W.
If someone told me I was DHing, I'd be like, hell yeah, man. You're still paying me all this money and I just sit on the pine and get hit 4 times a game? I'm stealing money. What? I love that J-Lou Devers when they tell him he's the DH. Yeah, that one just made me absolutely sick. All right, by the way, what was this?
That one's not effing awesome.
Yeah, actually, well, let's keep this train rolling. You mind playing the effing awesome video?
Now let's see what's effing awesome.
Yeah. This was awesome because, look, one of my favorite, I don't know about you guys, one of my favorite things in all the baseball products are like the letter nameplates, like the 1-on-1 letter nameplates. This dude made his own. This guy totally made his own letter nameplate from Jose Canseco. Look at what this guy did here. This was a do-it-yourself. Like, I don't think he took these from other cards. Like, I think he bought these jerseys from what I saw, got them signed by Jose Canseco, and put this together himself.
Yeah, made a booklet.
I'm all about this, man. I thought this was absolutely awesome. Shout out to this guy, whoever it was. Just wanted to share that with everyone because I've never seen this before. Has anyone ever seen someone making their own cards? I don't know how he did it.
There's that one on some kid did his own sketch of Paul's schemes and posted it on eBay, put it up for auction. And he's like some 10-year-old kid. And last I saw it, there was like $40 in bids on it.
Really?
So, yeah, he drew his own picture.
Harvey says yes, it's called fake. That's not what I meant, Harvey. This guy wasn't trying to make it be like a fake. He's like, yeah, I made this for myself so I can like hang it up in my man cave or whatever. I was a big fan of it. And then let's see what else I had here. Oh yeah. The Lewis Hamilton 1 of 1. Did you see this one, Big Dog?
Oh my God, is that from Dynasty?
I think so. It's on the.
Okay, so listen, it was pulled in our local card shop. That was pulled in our local card shop.
You serious?
Like, I'm not joking. 15 minutes down the road, I was in there yesterday and I almost bought that case.
Are you serious?
I swear.
Wait, hold on. Click on. It's the one, the Lewis Hamilton 1 of 1. Is it the same one that we're talking about here?
There was, if you're talking about the one that was pulled at Baseball Card Clubhouse.
Let's see.
It might not be, but also, yes, from Dynasty.
This is it?
This was pulled at our local card shop.
Okay.
Literally 10 minutes up the road, and I was in there yesterday, saw the case, and I just left it. but I did go home. Listen, I already had another case. I went home, and I pulled the George Russell 101 out of F1 Dynasty.
I've heard of Lewis Hamilton. I haven't heard of George Russell.
No, I saw a picture of this.
George Russell's like the second. It's not a huge
So
card,
this was pulled when? What day? Like this weekend?
This was yesterday.
Or yesterday? Oh.
I'm not joking. Literally, Mike was like, "Did you look at an F1 Dynasty case?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "But I didn't get it because we already have one at home that we were."
So would you have gotten it for us to rip or for you to rip personally?
No, it would have been personal.
Okay.
I have a case of F1 Dynasty here, though, if anybody's interested.
There you
F1
go.
Dynasty in the shop, chat.
But so what is this patch? Is this literally his watch? Like what the hell? I couldn't figure it out.
That's on their on their jackets. This is gonna be.
So it's
okay. It's almost think like a laundry tag-esque kind of.
Yeah.
I think they call it like an ambassador tag or like a brand tag. But I pulled last year, almost exactly a year ago, on the 26th, because it was on my birthday last year. I pulled the Lewis Hamilton Superfractor Auto out of the F1 Chrome.
No big deal.
Yeah, very.
No big deal. Casual.
I will tell you, it's a 6-figure card, so I can only imagine with a patch in it. That this one's probably just over that. So.
Yeah. I mean, like, I just thought this card was nuts when I was scrolling through the Twitter. And it got me wondering, like, we got to see more of this in, like, the big 4 sports. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, taking patches off of his jacket. What could we see in baseball or football that would be similar to this? You know, like, it's funny, we were talking about the Daniel Nava beard and the Caleb Williams fingernail. But, like, what's the baseball version of this? You know, what's the football version of this? I'm trying to think. Would it be like, what's up, tennis balls?
I'm trying to think of that too.
Jefferson's gold chain.
I was thinking that. I was literally thinking that Justin Jefferson's grill, or something like that. Maybe like my cause, my cleats.
I mean, not that I'm but that, you know how like some
Yeah.
Like putting those in, I've never seen a mouthpiece in a cart.
Like, because I'm not an F1 collector myself, but then I saw this and I was like, damn, like, NFL, MLB, like, they don't have stuff like this.
Yeah, you get
like, this is really
it'd be
cool.
to get like a piece, something like that.
I'm trying to think, like,
This is the one we pulled last night.
Here we go. Let's see what Ashley pulled last night.
See if you guys can see it.
Kershaw saying Paul Skeen's mustache.
Oh yeah, but just back
Damn,
up.
that is actually really cool.
Almost focused. Back it up maybe.
You know what we need more of in baseball, actually, now that I think about it? Why is there no, like, gloves?
That's cool with the Mercedes.
That's awesome.
Mercedes patch?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dope.
Like, we got, like, the Nike swoosh in baseball now, and we have the logo mans now in baseball. But how come there's no glove? I'm not talking batting gloves, I'm like fielding glove. Harvey wants to know the value of the rough value of those
I
F1.
will tell you that F1 has one of the greatest resales outside of things like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like in the market today. We were really shocked last year. Yes, it's Dynasty. We were in the market for it last year. And F1 is pretty new to Topps. So
Okay.
I want to say that it was 2020 was the first year. That
Yeah,
they
Dynasty,
introduced,
Connie.
F1 with Topps.
Dang, okay.
So it's interesting. I will say this year's F1 there is no rookies. So you are going to get these at a better price point than you will next year when they start to have these new guys back in. That said, we have a full case of F1 Dynasty.
There you go.
Somebody take down the full case.
We'll rip it.
We'll rip it.
It's gross. The box that we pulled for that George Russell would have been for us $1,500 a box. And in that one box, that flip on that is an easy five figures.
Are you serious?
Like hefty five figures.
Like
So
50,000?
I've already gotten an offer on it. So
You're gonna remain upwards of 50. Casual.
For just one
Casual.
No big deal. There you go, paying for our next wave of releases with the George Russell card there. You wouldn't want to see anything else. Now, that was just awesome. I was trying to think of, what our baseball equivalent or football equivalent would be, that kind of thing, because I just saw that patch and I was like, ooh, I'm jealous. I might have to get into F1. Do you watch F1, Ashley, or do you just like collecting it?
We did. We actually started to watch
The show?
Yeah.
Drive to Survive?
Yeah. That showed.
Mike got really into that whole
See,
thing, and
but did you ever watch any of the actual
we
races?
watched, so when we were buying into it pretty
They
heavy,
are so boring.
It is. It's hard.
They are
It's
so, and I'm sorry.
the same thing over and over.
It
and over
is
again.
so boring. Coming from a baseball fan, you know?
It's tough. It's tough.
I would love to hear people's case to make for like how F1 is entertaining. I don't
Dude,
get
people
it. I can't
love
get
it. People
I can't
love
get
it
into
right now. It's like the most booming thing. Like,
No, I'd rather watch WWE than F1. And, I by the way, I turned on WWE for like 5 minutes the other night because it was on Netflix. I was like looking for a show on Netflix, and they're pushing like WWE. Dude, it's a great product. I tell you what, like I'm not gonna watch it, but I turned it on. I was like, this is awesome. Like I don't even know what's going on. They're doing. What did J. Lou say?
So J. Lou's asking what are the best websites to sell baseball cards. So I do just want to throw out there that Suncoast Sports is officially partnered with Fanatics Collect.
Hey yo.
So if you guys want to, we have the ability to. You guys can either send directly your cards to the Fanatics Collect vault, where you can then decide if you want to send it into the Fanatics Collect auction system or buy it now system through Fanatics Collect, and then obviously send the ones you want to yourself. So if anybody has any questions about that, feel free to reach out to me directly. You guys can just message us on the Fanatics app, and we'll follow up via email.
There you go. There you go. Fanatics Collect. I didn't know that. They only call me in for the important meetings. Like, get in there and host a show, Josh. That's really it. That's breaking news. Is that breaking news, Ashley?
That is
Breaking
That's
news.
breaking news.
So
Wow.
actually,
Ash bomb.
One of our bigger, our bigger guys that I know you guys always see in here, Blaine, has a huge collection.
Blaine, never heard of him.
Yeah, he was in a
Who?
similar, situation as us last year, and so we, kind of partnered with Collect to make sure that we, take care of him and any other big buyers. So I know Jumbo Shrimp.
Yep.
A lot of our big guys who just have a huge collection.
Jumbo
Honestly,
Shrimp.
Not all PC cards, so.
Yep, there you go. And then what about by the and Tony the Pony might be contacting them soon too. After that Imanaga Yamamoto super duel.
No, you better hold that. I won't let him sell it.
They're
Hold.
yeah, I don't know. Who knows these days? But yeah, it's awesome. Fanatics Collect. Hit us up. We'll help you out with any of that. Look at that nice little plug and that breaking news right there. A little bit late. We got to break down the Oakland A's here, big dog. Any chance we got volume, Ashley?
So Ben hasn't told me.
Okay.
I can keep clicking buttons.
It's okay. See, the video for the Oakland A's for this year, volume was kind of a big part of it because if you remember, the Oakland A's play-by-play announcer this past year got absolutely flamed almost every single day on Twitter. So we're doing something every day. 30 teams in 30 shows at 10:30. We were a little late today because kind of went down that rabbit hole with the Pokemon Crash Out and the
Sorry, it's been a really good show today.
Lewis Hamilton. There's just been too much going on.
We got some. We got your opinion too, which helps.
What's J-Lou? I'm new to collecting. I made an eBay account. Suspended an hour later. J-Lou, I'll tell you what. My eBay account was suspended because I sold a broken copy of PGA Tour 15 when I was like 15 years old. So then I haven't used eBay in 10 years, and I went to use it recently. I was like, nope. I was like, ugh. They got me, huh?
Did you know it was broke? You scammed somebody?
Someone scammed me first.
You sold a broken copy to some poor guy who thought it was a real copy?
Yeah, I did. I was 15. I needed money, you know? What do you want me to do? I didn't do it now. Do I regret it? No. No, I don't really, to be honest.
No.
No, I don't. Dude, you're 15 years old. That's what you're supposed to do, you know? Come on.
I respect it, actually.
Yeah.
I respect it.
The hustle. Respect the hustle.
Yeah, J-Lou, that's crazy. That's crazy, J-Lou. That's going to be me in a week or so.
J-Lo, just DM the Suncoast Sports Store on Fanatics. We'll get you set up through Fanatics Play.
Oh, all right. There you go, J-Lou. Appreciate it, Just LaFace It.
Dude, Just LaFace It needs to meet Just LaDo It. Yeah, I know. Just LaFace It.
Crossover episode.
I know, literally.
All right, real quick, we'll keep the A's breakdown brief, and then we got some other goofy stuff. A's last year, 69-93 was their record. Star player for the Oakland A's. Can we all agree, Brent Rooker? You know, I think we can all agree Brent Rooker on this one. Star pitcher for the A's. You know, I have one name written down, but I think I might change it last second. Star pitcher for the Oakland A's, Mason Miller, right? I wrote down Luis Severino because I am a anti-relieveite, you know, anti-relieverite, I guess. But when I thought about it just now and I was about to say star pitcher Luis Severino, I said, nah, that doesn't sound right. It's Mason Miller. Mason Miller's the star pitcher in Oakland, and rightfully so. There you go. Godzilla agrees. Wow, you're the only people in this app that have pronounced my name correctly. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Just LaFace It. You got it. We have experience pronouncing names similar to that one. The manager of the Oakland A's, who just got an extension to 2028, asked, do you mind clicking on the picture that's hyperlinked to Mark Kotze? Because, good Lord, they did this man dirty with his team picture for the Oakland Athletics. It just says Mark Kotze. It's just a picture of Mark Kotze on the manager photo.
I see.
It is, it's not very flattering, let's say that much.
He looks like a drunk dad.
I tell you what.
Why does he not look real? Like
Mark Kotze, by the way, he was playing like MLB baseball not too long ago. I don't know how that's, the picture they were able to get for the official Oakland A's. CJ Slab says he was a chase, 40 years ago now at this point, CJ Slabs. Mark Kotze, to me, I remember him as an Atlanta Brave just being absolutely awful. But nonetheless, I could do a whole tangent on bad Braves players. Any chance you're able to get the video that defined the season? Because the volume for this one with the Oakland A's. Do you remember seeing the video of the Oakland A's play-by-play announcer last year?
Is it
Jenny Kavnar or whatever her name is?
Oh my goodness, man.
All right. We're going to get up in 30 seconds.
Yes, I know exactly what you're referring
to. We'll go back to this. Sleeper player for the Oakland A's this season. I wrote down, how much time do you have? Because
there's
I can't pick one player that would be a sleeper for the Oakland Athletics because you look all up and down this lineup. It is just great opportunity after great opportunity. Lawrence Butler, who, listen, you guys have heard me sell Topps Chrome or whatever a little while ago. It's not selling, right? It's not being a snake oil salesman. I genuinely believe that Lawrence Butler is a superstar in the making that has just been kind of in the back pocket of everyone else because he's playing in Oakland. He's playing for the A's. He's not getting enough respect. Lawrence Butler had one of the best seasons out of any rookie at all last year. Jacob Wilson.
For sure.
You know, he got called up. He had over 400 in AAA. And he gets called up. He tears his hamstring day one. Now he's got an opportunity. Ben's back. It's a video. It's just right here. A video that defined their season. This is the first positive video, by the way, we have for any baseball team breakdown so far. All the videos that define their season have just been absolute blooper reel.
This one's a good one.
This is the first semi-positive
We don't have the girl
video.
announcer.
Oh, yeah.
She's
But anyways, looking at the A's lineup, another sleeper here for the Oakland Athletics, Estuary Ruiz. This is a guy who was absolutely stealing bases like they were going out of style a year ago. But then all of a sudden, he gets hurt last year. I don't know what was going on. I think there were some suspicions about his contract and stuff like that. He was collecting dust in AAA for way too long. All right, Ben, we got it ready to roll?
Yep.
All right, this is the video that defined the A season. Oh, boy.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, boy.
See, I knew I wasn't crazy.
Maybe it was me yesterday when I was messing with the computer. Maybe I had something,
It's
honestly.
definitely you, Josh.
ZK, I know ZK. ZK, these were the two. These home runs stood out in my mind so well. All right, well, this is where the woman starts to come in
right.
here.
Dude, Ledoux must have messed with our stuff.
What did Ledoux do?
Probably messed with our sound and everything like that.
What did?
It wasn't legit. It was LaFace it.
This is the one where this one's got a chance, and it went off the scoreboard. What else we got? Hey Siri, it's not your night. That was the one. That was the one. Come on now.
And then he cranks one.
Honestly, as a Rays fan, I dislike him a lot.
Jose Siri?
Yeah, there's something about his face, like I mean, just the way he holds himself. I just don't appreciate him as a person. I don't know why. Also, did Yandy Diaz ever leave the Rays?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, he's back. I don't know, maybe he was hurt all last season, but there was
I
some
think-
breaking news to the Rays that he's back.
I don't know. Mess with it after.
All right, cool.
All right, well, no
All right.
worries. Thanks for the attempt, Ben. It was definitely me. Oh, man, it was me. It was me plugging wired headphones into the computer. It was me. It was
Did
me.
you just unplug it?
It's all right. We don't need to.
Way to go, Josh.
Yeah, it was my fault.
Everything.
This is an
Yandy
accountability
Diaz.
show, and I'm gonna take accountability. I had to use these computers here, and I plugged wired headphones in, and it threw it off. Long story short, the video that defined their season was Brent Rooker hitting tank shots, and then ultimately a meme of their play-by-play announcer. You know,
Is she back?
I think she's back. I can't imagine she's back.
How did she acquire said job?
Moving on. I don't know, man. Who knows? I would always love to be a play-by-play announcer. Sorry, Ashley, but if I'm not going to say anything bad about anyone here. Do you still view the A's as a basement team in the MLB? That's my big question.
Dude,
of the A's
this
this
is a
season.
similar conversation to the White Sox a couple of days ago. Because
Well, the
this
White
is-
Sox are a basement team.
Well, for sure, but
Oh
in
my
the
God,
sense-
it's 10:45. We blew
in the
right through
sense
it.
of this is a team that I believe has potential and is a team that you would want to be investing in for the future. I think you would rather.
so.
I think you'd rather be on like the A's train than probably still like the Rockies train if we're comparing like the last team that we
Not
talked
even
to.
close,
Not
yes.
even close. So no, again, there's got to be a lot of there's a lot of changes that need to be made. I think getting to Vegas will definitely help. I know we're a few
So
years away
weird,
from
man.
that. I don't know what the deal is in Sacramento this year. I don't even know what like the stadium situation is, or if they're like playing like in a stadium
They're
like the Rays
playing
are. Or...
in a Sacramento minor league stadium, I believe, is the thing. LaFace made a comment that absolutely cracks me up. Sorry, new here, don't know names yet. Dude on the right looks like he could be Paul Skeens' little brother. So on one of our first Instagram posts, someone's comment was, "What is this, Paul Skeens?" on one of the posts of me. Yeah, so there you go, LaFace it. If you know, you know. I like the name Paul Skeens, but I didn't know if that was going to be family friendly to keep that one going.
I don't think they're fully in the basement, the Athletics, but I think they're moving up to the into the middle / bottom tier-ish. Like
I'm with you. I think the whole Oakland A's being an absolute basement team is a thing of the past. And it does make me happy for A's fans. But what doesn't make me happy for A's fans is the fact that they don't get to watch them in Oakland anymore.
dude, I know those fans like loved it.
They're
They
good
could
fans,
unite
man.
too. Yeah, good fans.
They're good fans. I feel bad for them. They don't deserve it. Now, the question is, if we're going to say that they're no longer a basement team, what will it take to push them a little more? Right? Because how far away are they from actually competing for a playoff spot?
Probably decently far.
Decently far, so then what is it? Like, what will it take?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know exactly. Again, when we're talking about these teams that are in the bottom 25 to 20 or 24 to 26, it's
Right.
tough because I think it's long term with these teams.
100%.
Again, I don't know. You know what their win total was last year compared to
69,
what their number
93.
is
They're over under?
Yeah.
Let me look it up real quick. I'll find. Let's go, Philly Jared. Taking down the Phillies.
Let's go. Let's get moving in that. Let's go.
Go
That's down to
Birds.
18.
We're talking about the Fightins, Philly Jared. Love it.
We're going to be ripping early.
Let
That's
me
the
see.
plan.
Oakland A.
Because I'm curious, what did you say? They had 69 wins?
69
Nice.
wins, nice last season. 2025 A's win total odds. Let me pull this up real quick. I'm leaning over. A's win total 71.5. I'm slamming that. Oh my god,
So
I
that's
am
the thing.
slamming.
So they're saying. So let's talk about what you just asked. You're saying what is better? So what would be better is 72 wins. Like,
Yeah.
That's simply all. Or is that simply like if I'm an A's fan? That's not all I'm looking for though. Is
Right.
72 wins? It's got to be over that, of course. But what pushing maybe I don't like you cannot go under. I would not expect them to go under that amount of wins compared to last year. I think that.
Connie says, and that's what I was kind of thinking. If you're 500 ball, if you're the Oakland A's, you're going to throw a parade.
Yeah,
There'll
then
be a
you're cooking.
parade in
Yeah,
Sacramento if you go 81-81. Listen,
They do think that they're going to get better though by only by 2 games.
it got that, which is crazy to me. And Vegas is rarely wrong. Godzilla says 2 huge pitchers would help the A's. I would almost feel like it's 1 huge pitcher. Because listen, let's be honest. Who really has 5 good pitchers other than the LA Dodgers and maybe the Seattle Mariners? Seattle Mariners have 5 good pitchers. Looking at the A's pitching staff, Luis Severino, that's a good pitcher. What's up, Tonka? Jeffrey Springs from the Tampa Bay Rays. We were talking about him yesterday. Good pitcher. J.P. Sears, listen, Jekyll and Hyde last year, but J.P. Sears, I think, is at least a serviceable pitcher. Then you go to Osvaldo Bido and Mitch Spence, who, whatever, I'm not counting too much of those. You get 1 other pitcher. Harvey's saying 50 and 112. Harvey is saying the A's are going to go 50 and 112. I think you're crazy, Harvey. I think the A's have a shot at competing this season, Big Dog.
Got to be way more than 50. Yeah.
I am not saying the A's are going to make the playoffs this year, but I do think the A's actually have a shot at outside looking in the wild card. Like, when we get to the trade deadline, I'm not saying they're going to be buyers, but I don't think they're going to be sellers either. Listen, they signed Brent Rooker to a long-term deal. They spent money on Luis Severino. They're building something for Las Vegas.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't think they're going to be sellers this year. You look at their roster, you got Miguel Andujar. Listen, I know he's not great, but Miguel Andujar could be decent in terms of a depth piece. Zach Geloff, maybe he has more of a bounce-back year this season. Shea Langoliers is not that bad. This is one of the top prospects in baseball just a year or 2 ago. ZK's with me. ZK says, I think the A's will compete for a wild card. And yeah, but face it, the way the West is, the A's could get in as a wild card. I wouldn't put my money on them getting in as a wild card. I just think this is the year we're going to have to recalibrate our brains. And with all due respect to Harvey, we are just conditioned to think of the A's as this 50-win kind of ball club. I think this year is the year where we're saying, hey, A's are young, A's are exciting. Rooker, I think, can become a premier player. And guys, I am telling you, card to invest in. Not only is it going to be Jacob Wilson, Lawrence Butler. I mean, maybe not 5-tool. I'm not familiar with his fielding. But in terms of like a fantasy standpoint, a 5-stat kind of guy. Guy hits for power, guy hits for average, and guy's got some wheels as well. I really am a big buyer in the Oakland A's as a whole, which I feel like is crazy. I haven't said that in years. How long will it take us to stop saying the Oakland A's?
To stop saying the Oakland A's?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm big on them. Again, I like.
I'm going to call them Oakland though. Like, I still call the Raiders.
I see what you're saying. It's gonna be a while.
It's going to be a while.
It's going to be a while. I think it was actually interesting because in Series 1, I think it was the first time we noticed that the printing on the cards only would have like Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah.
And I believe it only just had
A's?
Athletics.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird.
So we started realizing that it is starting to be pushed out. So it is starting to be taken away from us.
So the other question here is, how would you rather support the Blue Jays or the A's?
So again, I like this. I
had to flip it because the White Sox was too easy.
Yeah. And I'm on the A's on this one.
A's over the Blue Jays?
I think the Blue Jays are not in a good situation.
They're in purgatory.
I think they just failed to agree on anything with Vladdy Jr. As of yesterday.
Saving that video for tomorrow because the audio is funny on that one. I was gonna play it, but I'm saving that for tomorrow. Now.
I'd rather be on the A's again. I'm buying low. You know what I mean? I'm getting in on these.
So we're hammering the over 71.5 on the A's.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Mm-hmm.
So with spring training around the corner, I'm gonna run a little top 5, and then we'll work backwards here because we still have some time on the giveaway. Top 5 at 10:55. Today, we're going to do the top 5 essential spring training / pitchers and catchers report. things you see when you're reading like Twitter or when you're reading reports. Because every year there's all this, I don't know if the word is slop, but all this, like, for baseball fans, we are going to read every single report. We are going to watch every single video of the new player who is on your team taking BP warm-ups here. So there's 5 quintessential things we see every single year. Number 5 is the classic pitchers and catchers report, the glove pop video, where you get the first video from whoever runs the social media for the Phillies. And it's the reason I've been saying his name so much. The first Phillies video was Taijuan Walker, which pissed me off to no end because that guy's horrible. But there it was. It was, look, your first bullpen session of the year, pop, you know, and it's like, oh, okay, we're ready for it. That's number 5.
For sure.
Number 4, first look at blank player in their new uniform.
Yeah.
Ashley, could you?
Dude, I've seen that
Exactly. It's the first look at blank in the new uniform. You already saw it this year with Juan Soto. All first look at Soto in the new threads.
Dude, I've seen this. I've seen this. That's, I want to say, I've seen that so many times.
It's classic.
I'm curious to see what the rest of
There it is.
Yep,
Classic.
literally, yep.
First look at Soto. Smoke was coming out of my... ZK knows exactly what I'm talking about. That was the first video the Phillies gave us this year. It's the classic glove pop, and he gave us Taijuan Walker. Hate to say it, he looks good.
Why does he look so old?
Really? What do you mean?
No, he's just giving a little grandpa in this picture.
Oh, maybe it's because he's trying to get rid of the beer gut after the offseason.
Less grandpa there. A little more grandpa.
Connie says that's what happens when Connie chirps you. Number 3, and I don't know how I feel about this one. If you don't mind, I got Ashley working crazy over here. It's another quick little Twitter clip here. The inter-squad home runs. Number 3. Classic, and I never know how to feel about these videos. Every single year, it's the, oh, blank player looked great in inter-squad scrimmage today, and you see the dude cranking home runs in inter-squad practice. The guy I've been seeing this Twitter cycle, Willie Adames on the San Francisco Giants. Oh, Willie Adames hit 3 home runs today in inter-squad. And then I always think to myself, what about the guy throwing him the ball in those inter-squads? Let's see, do we have audio on this one? Because my goodness, the pop, the crack of the bat on the Willie Adames inter-squad home runs are fantastic. There was another one. It was, it might have been Bregman. It might have been Bregman, funny enough. I think it was Crochet and Bregman, where Crochet, the report was Crochet topping out at 99 on the radar gun looks good as Bregman takes him way out left field. I'm always so 50-50 on this because, one, it's great to see the first clips of your guys hitting nukes, and then I always go, well, the pitcher doesn't look good. You know what I mean? It's always a 50-50.
Who's throwing the ball?
A catch-22. The number 2 essential Twitter post in all of spring training. X-player has put on a ton of muscle in the offseason.
Dude, I literally saw one of these of Jackson Holiday a couple of days ago.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see Holiday.
Jackson Holiday's...
Jackson Holiday looks beefy.
It does. He
There it
granted,
is.
he does.
There
He
we
does.
go.
The post was Jackson
Every
Holiday
year.
is jacked.
Every single year. The
he was
3
looking...
I've seen. So the Phillies fans have been saying, Johan Rojas looks huge this year. The other one I saw, Brewers, Sal Frelick has put on at least 25 pounds of muscle. Cardinals, Willie Contreras put on 15 pounds of muscle this offseason. Every single year, we do it to ourselves.
Before you give number 1, I hope this isn't it, but another one that I've been seeing that would fit on the list is like seeing a pitcher and being like, what they've developed is terrifying for this upcoming year. And it's like the pitcher throwing like their new 2-seam.
Right.
I saw Skeens throwing like some 2 new pitches.
I saw that too.
This is going to be terrifying. I've seen it with like 3 different guys, and okay, that's just my little.
So my number
honorable
one
mention.
I like your honorable mention because that was definitely worthy. Number 1 is a strange Mets pitcher injury, and we already had it. I'm sorry, I don't like to celebrate a man's injury, but it is a quintessential spring training report. Frankie Montas has a weird lat strain, 6 to 8 weeks. There you go. Number 1 is a random Mets pitcher injury that will surely make. Bookmark it right now. Frankie Montas says 6 to 8 weeks from now. Frankie Montas will not pitch until after the All-Star break, if that. That is an absolute guarantee. Reese, Wire Spot's $999,000.
Are you looking to get in there, Reese Goat?
Yeah, because we're trying to see if anyone will pay $1 million for a break. No, I'm just messing with you, Reese Goat. What is that? What is that?
That's the
So that, yeah, that's the...
That's just like a back-end internal system
Yeah.
we use to random serial teams.
If you are looking for anything there, Rise Goat, if you click the little shop icon in the, down below, we do have a break with 18 spots left.
Reese, that's just so we make sure no one buys them. It's a placeholder so we can randomize a wheel, right? So you're going to see it in about 3 minutes here. We're going to run this giveaway. And then, it's a 1 through 50. Cards number 1, 25, and 50 are PSA graded slabs. So it's just so nobody buys them. And we can use it as a placeholder to give away cards to you guys. So in about 2 minutes, we're going to have a giveaway go off right here.
We do have a fat break in the store, though, Josh.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
We do.
Bring in the closer.
Bring in the closer.
Look
Huge
at this.
break in the shop. Only 18 spots on the board. We got definitive, we got triple threads, and we got Bowman draft. And we have a lot more in store after that. We got to get through that one first. But again, we have 18 spots. Some of the big teams are off the board. I'm taking a look at it now. We have teams like the Diamondbacks that are under 200. We got teams like the Astros under 200. So again, we're going to be able to bring this home pretty quickly this morning. Get into ripping early. But again, if you're hanging out in here, I see there's 90 of you. Please take a look in the shop.
Hey, it's so funny that you mentioned that. So I have a thing. So this belt that they're talking about, I bought last year at Fanatics Fest, and it's like an authentic WWE. It was like a $500 belt. It's like 20 pounds. You know, you should have seen me trying to, get it on the flight back home. I'm gonna bring it in tomorrow. We're gonna run a new segment on Slab or No Slab once a week, and it's gonna be called the Poll of the Week. And we're going to award the belt to that breaker of the week.
Oh,
I like
man,
that.
this one
I like
might be
that.
uncontested.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Nice.
So,
That's good. That's good.
A little spoiler.
I like
You're
that.
Here first. So
The belt's coming.
I looked at it this morning and I almost brought it in, but we had to bring a lot of other stuff. So
I like
this
it.
Week, I think right now I would say the dual super probably.
I will put it together. I have 2 candidates, and we can put it up to a poll. What about that?
Ooh,
Put up to a
and
poll
then
tomorrow.
They awarded it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something like that. Yeah.
And they get to wear the belt around for a week.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. You guys believe it.
One more quick clip here before we're out. Ashley, it's UGA pitcher under the hot stove
Oh
category.
my God, dude! Did you see?
So, yep.
This is crazy.
So it's
I can't
2
believe you have
clips.
this on here. I was going to tell you to
It's
put
2 clips. So, we love rip and draft here. Let me see if I remember his name. What do we know about a guy named Brian Curley? Brian Curley. This was last night. Just let it run. Game on the line. Brian Curley, a pitcher at UGA. Boop. Game over. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Brian Curley, pitcher at UGA, and then Ash. Look at that. If you go back to the Google Doc, there's another video. That's the second video of Brian Curley already this season, by the way. College baseball season started on February 14th.
Yeah, it started like last week.
The other video about Brian Curley, this dude is diabolical, Ashley. This dude is going to be, I don't even know if he's going to be a high draft pick or what. He's going to be a huge chase next year in Bowman, and deservedly so. Because, oh my God. Guys, Slab or No Slab is running. Look at Brian Curley doing his Nestor Cortez here as we run the slab. Look at this guy. 100 miles per hour on these pitches. CJ Slabs with a great name for the winner. Look at this guy's pitches. Nestor Cortez delivery with a Paul Skeens finish. Brian Curley, remember the name for next year's release of Bowman. Did you know your Pirates actually drafted him?
No way.
Couldn't
really?
sign him. Couldn't sign him. He went to UGA.
No surprise.
CJ Slabs, let's see what we're taking down. 125 or 50. Give it to me, CJ Slabs. I want to see a slab.
What was it, 37 was the first one?
Yeah, 37 was the first one. Look at that. Producer extraordinaire, CEO, producer extraordinaire, Ashley over here. Come on. Oh boy, give it to me. Give it to me. 10. Oh man,
10.
I like round numbers. It's been weeks now, Dirty Bird.
There
we
we
had
go,
2.
Not bad. Tank Big
Dude, that'll play. That'll play, CJ Slab. Tank Bigsby, rookie auto to
Nice
199.
Tank Bigsby. We like Tank Bigsby.
We'll absolutely take that. I believe it's out of Spectrum. We'll show it to you in just a second, CJ Slabs. But there we go. Appreciate everyone rocking with us. Thanks for dealing with the technical difficulties. Were my fault. Plain and simple. 100% my fault. We will have those sorted out by tomorrow for a couple.
A little bit. Yeah, right there.
There we go. There you go. Is that Panini Black? That's Panini Black, isn't it?
Panini Black.
Yeah, Panini Black, CJ Slabs. There you go. CJ Slabs, congratulations on a Tank Bigsby rookie auto to 99 out of Panini Black. We'll have 2 more cards up there, and of course, another chance at Slabs tomorrow. But for now, Big Dawg, time to get to ripping. Bring in the closer.
Bring in the closer, guys. 18 spots left. Going in the room.
Quick chat. Everybody who buys a spot before 11:15 a.m. will get a spot in a free Bowman draft break.
There
Again,
we go.
chat, if you heard that, every spot taken down before What time was that? 11:15?
11:15,
11:15. 10-minute timer starting right now. You'll get a free spot in a Bowman draft break. We'll talk about that more.
Dog out.
there.
He's got to get his hands on some cards. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Well, have a fantastic... It's already Thursday. Dang, tomorrow's already Thursday. Have a fantastic hump day, everyone. Appreciate you guys for joining us. We will be back tomorrow with some more Vladdy Jr. talk. The great thing about sports is something weird happens every single day. So I don't know what the hell we're going to talk about tomorrow. Someone's going to say something stupid, and it's going to be great, and we'll break it all down. More card news as always, and hopefully a little Jaden Daniels Super Auto. Topps Chrome football release day. 6 o'clock, right, Ash?
Yeah, we'll be on.
6 p.m. We're going to be ripping some...
Pre-selling the store.
Okay.
If you guys want to check out our football stream for tonight.
There you go.
First break we're going to run is a half hobby, half breakers delight.
There you go. Half hobby, half breakers delight. Your first opportunities at Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, and Drake May autographs. Click on our store, guys. It's our other stream. Football set to go at 6 p.m. tonight. If you're looking for some Topps Chrome football, we'll have that for you guys at 6 o'clock as well. But for now, time to rip some baseball. I will see you tomorrow at 9:30, but we'll send it over to the breaking side of things right here at Sunco Sports. See you guys. Have a great Wednesday.